But Anthony, all these people that we're talking about, they are still, you know, pertinent, listened to rock stars today in 2014, and we're talking about the 60s. And it's interesting to sort of juxtapose some of the musicians who are popping today versus these guys from the 60s. The longevity is incredible. Why is it, do you think?
Well, it's really interesting because nobody back then ever would have predicted that. You know, there was a sense in which... Well, because popular music was disposable. That was the very nature of it, you know, and the idea that we would be sitting here talking about these people as artists, let alone 50 years later, would have been ludicrous. It was unthinkable. But the culture changed, and the level of ambition on the part of those artists also changed. And that's part of it, because, you know, there's a real established history now. So people go back to Motown, go back to Crosby, Stills, and Nash, who are in New York tonight. Go back
Southern
to
Cross.
the Rolling Stones
Yeah.
to really learn about, you know, what the history of this music is and what the history of the culture is.
Who do you think, we're talking about all these big names, who do you think, as a student of music, Anthony Decurtis, is the most underrated musician of this era? Putting you on the spot.
Very interesting. I think that, you know, Ray Davies from the Kinks, I mean, the Kinks were never quite as successful as, you know, certainly the Rolling Stones or the Who. I mean, they're always battling. They're still fighting to this day. There may be a Kinks reunion if Ray and his brother can get it together. But as a songwriter and as a kind of social observer, Ray Davies is pretty peerless. And there's a sense in which I think he's been a little bit undervalued.
I'm glad you brought him up then. Anthony Decurtis, contributing editor of Rolling Stone magazine. A pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It really was fun.
You got it. And tomorrow night, again, just a reminder, the 60s on CNN, 9 o'clock Eastern.